Hey, what is up guys, this is Cob. Welcome to a happy little replay submitted by Mr. Kapals playing some Marksman Specialist, opening up with all kinds of chaff on the front line. And dude, it's going to be another absolute Carry Fortress fiesta. I uploaded a Carry Fortress God Engine video recently. Some of you guys were all disappointed and salty in the comments that, oh man, but the guy lost. Why even share the replay if the guy loses? Which, I don't really agree with that, man. Sometimes you can go all in on the meme, create an awesome spectacle, lose the game, but you won the war for your soul. You know what I'm saying? That's deep right there. This replay hopefully is not going to be like that, man. I genuinely don't know the result of these games when I check these replays out. I actually had no idea when I was recording the last one that the Carry Fortresses were not going to take the win. But I think that it's nice sometimes to include some L's on the channel. Just because, well, I don't know, keep some of the suspense. I don't want you guys to just know who's going to win for sure in every single replay, you know? That kind of takes some of the fun out of it as well. Okay, man. Intensive training acquired. Ooh, Kapals, okay, not going for the haste. Oh, sorry, going for the haste module over the intensive training. I felt for sure that given that the memosity of this replay is kind of guaranteed that the intensive training would come into play, but there you go. I'm also really liking the layout here, by the way. Love this. Second wave chaff, front wave, stormcallers, not having to be sold off because they're kind of mirroring enemy stormcallers. The haste module? Is this going to end up on a fortress? Does that mean that we're just going to be holding on to this for a while and never equipping it on anything? Okay, dude. Alright, man. Well, the Stangs are going to come out. They're going to deal okay with the Fangs, I guess. I'm not sure about the positioning here. Are these Stormcallers not going to shoot at these Fangs? And because of the Mustang move speed, they're going to get caught in the crossfire, like, immediately. Like, I'd be a little bit worried that these Stangs are going to ball up with the Fangs here a little bit, at least until they get, like, a range enhancement or something. I'd be a bit concerned about that. Let's see if that actually becomes a little bit of a problem here. I do like Blue's response to this, by the way. Just knocking out the extra Arclight over here. I think is very smart indeed. Ooh, he actually spends an intensive training on the Arclight. And Blue's Arclight techs suggest Carry Arclight could be a threat here. Okay, so the Stangs actually stopped just short. Okay, never mind. We actually lose like a quarter, third of the pack maybe of the Stangs to the first Stormcaller salvo. Not quite as devastating as I feared, but not super ideal either. At least the Stangs are there this time to stop this from happening. This little Stormcaller collision. But yeah, I really like the Arclight purchase here. You're up against mixed chaff. It's an aggressive setup as well, coming out from red. And so just having the Arclights there to just guarantee that your Stormcaller is going to be safe to shoot for a long time is always quite tasty. What specialist is Blue running, actually? Ooh. Cost control, dude. I never pick cost control. Not gonna lie, man. I do my best to avoid. Like, cost control and elite specialist. Opposite ends of the spectrum. Not a big fan of either of them. Okay. Let's speed this along. Stormcaller Supremacy looks like it is going to go to Blue. And alright. Ooh. So we have to be going for the fortress here. I do feel like all in all, maybe the Overlord could have been a pretty juicy choice for Kapals, but fortress it is, and it's actually fortress into fortress, and okay. There it is, boys. Haste module. I gotta tell you, I'm looking at the tech options. I'm already excited. Was spoiled by Kapals on the Discord that no shield techs were happening this game. And true to that, these fortress techs are all damage based, which I sort of love. Ooh, Elite Marksman only costs 200 supply on fortresses now. Well, now it doesn't, because we went straight into Launcher Overload, obviously. Because why would we not? That said, I can totally get behind this, to be honest. If you've got a haste module on the fortress, makes sense. Also, we don't have range or Elite Marksman on the Arclights yet, and so they're not really in a position to like massively outrange the fortress. Also, the Arclights are not running Electromag either, meaning that this fortress is not likely to have its move speed slowed at any point. And so yeah, I think I actually don't mind the Launcher Overload pickup here. I mean, it's Mimi, obviously. Not going to work beyond a certain MMR, but what fun things actually work over like 1500, you know? Not many, let me tell you that. Okay. Gonna absolutely pulverize this enemy fortress, by the way. Trading blows with insane efficiency. Dude, if this building dies over... Oh, there's a little bit of building health purchased. Okay. That's gonna tighten things up a little bit. I didn't actually notice that. They are gonna trade buildings though, dude. This is gonna be really, really close. This Maximus still somewhat healthy. Healthy enough to get a couple more kills. Nice. It actually looks like it's gonna be like a 50 health win or something for red. No, it's not. It's gonna be a tie. Well, that just happened. Okay, what options have we got? Speed specialist. Okay, obvious choice. Just gonna slow the game speed down real quick. Okay, nice, man. So we've got some 14 meter per second fortress action coming out already with the good old haste module. Dude, I can't believe how much short work this fortress made of the enemy fortress. Eviscerated the shield in like 2 shots. And then out-traded it so hard, man. So the Stormcallers do have Electromag. I feel like blue has the answer here. Obviously, the answer to like any kind of carry-style fortress is usually just going to be Scorpions. Nice and long range, right? They'll always be able to outrange the fortresses, or at least quite comfortably most of the time. Get the acid attacks up. Just hard denies ground-based carry units like this most of the time. And you only need like 1 or 2 of them and they basically get the job done. But given that we already have the Stormcallers on field, I sort of feel like the Stormcallers could do a lot of work for us. Also, some additional waves of late arriving crawlers would also do a lot of work, I think, for blue. Okay. Yeah. So this level 2 fortress is going to kind of get eviscerated by these guys, right? That might only be level 1, but their rate of fire is kind of crazy. We are going to die off here, but the trade is basically a 1-for-1 at that stage, which is kind of incredible. And this is the big speedy chungus. Look at him go. Clink. Down goes building. Maximan's going to survive that a little bit extra long now. Just because of the building death. And this is the glory of move speed, dude. I mean, move speed can get you in trouble. Because it can make it much, much harder to kind of organize your army in such a way that your chaff consistently stays in front of a carry unit like this, right? Of like a big damage unit that you want to really keep alive. But if you're rushing down a building with like a one-sided aggro strat like this and you have that move speed, dude. You take so much more advantage of like the building debuff, you know? Such a huge difference. Alright. Huge swing of damage. We've got to get some levels on that guy now, man. He's earned it. Range specialist. Ooh. Is it actually that worth? Could just push the Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm might just eviscerate this side of the map completely. I think, ooh, Cabals actually skips. Okay, I didn't see a skip coming. We have 900 supply to burn here. There's the upgrade on the big boy, which is all we really want to see, if I can get my words out. Another Arclight comes down, fair enough. Fair play, dude. I think what we're seeing right here is blue not react to what's going on over here. The plus damage on the Arclights is fine. It's something of a reaction. You're kind of committed to going Elite Marksman with this route, though. If you're going to rely on Arclights to kill off giant units, it's really quite expensive. Especially if you're already kind of falling behind a little bit on board like this. I mean, it's just a lot of fortresses. Not gonna lie, all I'm watching is the Chungus every single turn. Look at its move speed, dude. It's kind of nuts. 17 meters per second move speed now. Woo! Gets traded on just a wee bit. It's not going to make all that much of a difference. The building health is going to come into play again in quite a sizable way. In fact, it's a level 3 building now. So it's just going to last that extra bit long, but ooh, this is always the scary thing, dude. When you're playing as a, like, aggressive player on one side of the map like this, when you're not quite able to get the building down, that's when you start to panic, you start to sweat, you start to second guess yourself. Now will be most interesting to see what we do here in the next round. Because for me, when I fail to get the building dead in time, like before my opponent gets my building dead, and you're playing like the one-sided strategy, I start to panic. I start to go for crazy flank plays, I start to switch things up, I start to like stop throwing all my resources onto the one side, you know? Which is maybe just not good. We do have the option of Rhino and Cell here. We do also have the option of level 2 Overlord and maybe go into... Oh, we don't have Photon Emission available as a tech. Okay, but we go into the Overlord anyway, so what is our plans for this Overlord? Maybe it's Overlord and Cell? Guess not. The Wasp production could be good. Does have anti-aircraft ammunition available on the Arclights. Really quite surprised to see Blue investing so much into the fortresses here. They're basically just walking barriers. And so while the barriers do scale with levels, it's very expensive indeed. To be doing so just for that purpose, right? And what's he really protecting with the barriers? 2 Arclights? You know what I'm saying? Not sure that that's totally worthwhile. I mean, God, we're actually ignoring like the elephant in the room option here, which is of course just the melting points. While I do support the chaff clear and I think that it's fine, I also don't think it was... I don't think that chaff clear is like a massive problem for Blue to be dealing with at this stage. I think he's doing fine, you know, in terms of controlling the chaff. Maybe he's expecting... No, he can't be expecting fang production. He can't be. Yeah, I just feel like he was already winning the chaff battle, you know? Maybe just slamming a melting point would be totally fine, especially with Electromag. And that said, you can also drop another melting point over here to beam down the building. That can win you a round for free if Red continues to ignore this side of the map, you know? We'll get the building kill exceptionally quickly. But as such, it looks like the Overlord is actually just going to take the win here, right? This pack of Fangs, though they will plink some damage into the Overlord, they're not going to get it done. For one, they're not going to connect while the building debuff is active. Which is always just a terrible thing to behold. But for 2, I think everything just dies before the Fangs can really get it done. Why are the Stormcallers stacking with the Fangs, dude? I thought they were supposed to run beneath the Overlord. God, okay. Well, there it is. So what we need Blue to do here, man, is anything. Acid Scorpions. Melting points. Right? Christ. I'd even consider Elite Marksman on the Arclights as acceptable. Just because there's so many upgrades available on the Arclights, they could maybe get the job done. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be kind of close. But they're really getting some levels together now. I think that it could be worth just popping the Elite Marksman. We did get Stang production over here. Oh my god, he goes anti-air. Over the Elite Marksman this round? I think I would have just happily taken the loss to the Overlord again and just got the Elite Marksman. Personally. I guess then again he was worried about like many Overlords coming out, right? With like Mothership or something. Maybe that's what Blue was concerned about. Okay. He does at least stack up a load of levels on the Arclights, however, though, to try and contest this a little bit. Goes for the plus move speed. Not sure what the value is in that. Extra chaff is good. I put it like here. Ooh, we're going to be in the front line. Problem is, these chaff are going to die before anything gets to connect from like here to here, you know? And like, put it this way. If your chaff is dying before your carry units are shooting the opponent, then the chaff is kind of wasted, you know? Yeah, like they're dead immediately, and now we start shooting. You see what I'm saying? So like that chaff effectively did kinda nothing. Whereas if we had some late arriving crawlers now, they'd actually do a good job distracting here when the barriers go down. Oh god. Yeah, and the Arclights, by the way, they're able to actually do some reasonable damage to some of these giant units. But when it comes to the fortresses, particularly the level 2 fortresses, they're not really getting to scratch him a whole lot. Okay. Building being dead. We do get the counter kill on the building. I think that Speedy Chungus is still alive. There he is. Dude, how is he only 6 meter move speed? Oh, because he's slowed by a... Never mind, yeah, he was slowed by building debuff. Or maybe that was missile, I'm not sure. Either way, gonna be a fat amount of damage swinging into blue here. Fat, swollen, and terrible. Another thing that blue could do... No, he couldn't. I was gonna say maybe he could place oil, but... He's got too many crawlers, he'll just kill all of his own chef. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I mean, there's only one choice here, Capels. He knows it. He knows what has to be done. And of course, we are going to double shot before Elite Maxman. I guess, you know what, when you got the move speed like this, without building buff, 17 meter per second move speed on a fortress, you don't really need the range. Like, you're gonna close the gaps so quickly. Ooh, this is a good play from blue. The shields up on the fangs. He doesn't have that many fangs. It's like 4 packs or something, but I still think it's pretty decent. I would have really greatly, massively, stupendously liked to have seen Elite Maxman come out last round, and then Electromag on the Stormcallers for this round. Because the thing is, he's got the Vulcans on the field now. Think of that what you will. By the way, I should also point out, this is a big, big mistake from blue as well. I don't mean to just be roasting the hell out of blue here. I want to keep the focus on Chungus as much as I can, but this has got to be said. If you are running the crap out of crawlers as your core chaff unit, be so careful going into Incendiary Bomb on your Vulcans, bro. Be so careful, because what's going to happen is, it probably happened last round that I just didn't draw attention to it. This Vulcan is going to spray fire bombs at these crawlers right here. What are these crawlers going to do? They're going to run straight into that and just die horribly, miserably, screaming. It's going to be awful, okay? It's going to be awful. Same thing over here, right? This Vulcan is going to firebomb into these guys. These crawlers are going to half run straight into it, die instantly. Now, one thing you can do is, of course, build Subterranean Blitz on your crawlers so they can run through some of the fire, but it's still not super ideal, right? You're much, much better off just going into range enhancement on your Vulcans. I mean, look at these poor sods. They don't stand a chance, screaming in agony. Brutal. The only ones that are alive are the orphans. Rio Grande he should feel terrible about that, man. He made orphans of those crawlers. Devastating stuff. Okay, man. Yeah, so the Acolytes are still just really kind of lacking the damage to get the job done here. The fortresses are buying them a decent amount of time, but they're standing beside the fortresses because they lack a bit of range. The Elite Maximum would help with that as well. Oh god, is this actually just going to be the end of all things? This is going to be an ungodly amount of damage. Okay, we do get the Overlord down. That might secure life for just another round. Did we not buff building speed here? Oh, we actually did. This is why this fortress is absolutely sprinting like Usain Bolt towards those Stormies. 20 meter per second move speed at this stage. Looking pretty tight. In fact, they're going to get over here so quickly that the chaff don't even get the building kill this time. Looking tight, looking sweet, looking awesome. Now, funnily enough, round 9, you got a lot of supply here on blue. Let's see what he does to rectify past mistakes, man. To deal with this. Could it be a multi-target melting point? Perhaps. Lightning Storm could actually be pretty good for blue as well, by the way. You know, Red's forces are so bunched up. Lightning Storm is genuinely a pretty damn good option here. Instead, he goes for another intensive training. Okay, dude. Well, at least he goes into Elite Maxman now. Yeah, it's at the stage where it's probably going to be a little too late, though. Like the blunder with the Vulcans and the Crawlers. He's got 300 supply left. Subterranean Blitz, you got to imagine that that's going to come out. By the way, another thing that Capals can do here. Oh no, he doesn't have to. I was going to say he could get some missile defense, some sentry turrets or whatever, just to shoot down the incendiary bombs more reliably. He does have one on the field, but obviously it's not quite enough. But to be honest, do you even care if the incendiary bombs come out? They're killing as much like friendly fire as they are your own chaff. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that... oh, he did borrow money. Okay, I just want to check. Okay, man. Here we go, boys. Level 5, 20 meter per second move speed fortress. Let's see what they can do against the Archies, which the Acolytes are staying behind the enemy giants here now, which is ideal, right? Before they were kind of pushing in front, which is really, really bad. They're going to make quite short work of the level 1 fortress, but the Chungus is really, really out of control. That's going to be the guy, the nerd that they got to get dead. ideally, which, oh my god, dude, that damage is absolutely just sickeningly ungodly. And yeah. I mean, if you let a meme snowball like this, then, yeah, this is no stopping the train at that point, right? Is this fortress getting body blocked by this fortress? He is! He can't move past it, dude. Look at him skiing. Oh god, he's getting body blocked so hard, dude. Alright, man. This was amazing. Absolute megazords over here. Clapping some cheeks. It's always glorious to see, and you know what? There's always a lot to learn as well from the player who loses to the memes. It's always got to be said, which, again, I don't like to draw... Dude, in a way, I don't like to draw too much attention to it, because, you know, I want to keep the replay focused on the memes, but at the same time, I don't know, dude. I feel like there's no way you should be ever losing to stuff like this, which is kind of obvious, you know. But there is literally like 4 or 5 counterplays that could be made that would be very, very strong against the fortresses back when they were like level 1 and level 2, right? That's when you got to start countering these things. Once it gets this late, like you've already kind of effed up and you can't right the ship in a single round, not even if it's round 9 and you got a lot of supply to play with, you know. Anyways, there you go, man. A little bit of carry fortress action. Thanks for watching, guys. If you do have an insane replay where you pull off a crazy meme strat just like this one, make sure to post it in the official Mechabellum Discord, which as always is linked down below. Make sure to share it in the Share Your Replay channel so that we're not disturbing too many people over there, because my god, we're already spamming that channel enough, goddammit. And hey man, while you're down there, why not check out the links in the description of this video to check out what other channels we've got running over here. On the YouTubes, man, if you want to follow other stuff that I've got going on, particularly the MMO channel, which hasn't had a video in a long time, but I will be getting back to that more than likely pretty soon. So, there you go. Thanks again, everybody, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later.